Sometimes you'll never know the value of a moment until it's just a memory. Hey there, how's it going, you guys? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So, what the frig is going on with the bottom of these cryptocurrency markets? Did we see the bottom? Are we heading upwards? Is this the time? Have you guys started your accumulation plan? Did you already get your Bitcoin? Or is this just another quick little rally trying to trick us all? Right? Is it just going to be dropping back down? Should we take advantage of this little green boost and sell to maybe help fund our projects a little bit with the fiat that we kind of all need to keep them rolling and going at the moment? Because the cryptocurrency markets could be heading down even further, possibly to $1,200, $1,500 for the price of Bitcoin. I couldn't tell you exactly what's going to happen with the price of Bitcoin. I just know I'm going to take full advantage of this green right now. I'm real happy that we're up 7 points. I'm glad that we're coming in on the other side of 3,600. I would like to see the green rally continue. I didn't take any profits this morning, but we'll have to consult my partner here. What do you think there, Samantha?
Good evening, everyone.
How are you doing in the chat? I said, how are you?
Oh, how am I?
Yes.
I am good.
You are good?
Yes, no one is talking, so I do not know.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully someone talks.
Yeah, let us know if this is coming through. Once again, we're trying that streaming labs. You guys had requested it. You said that the live streams come out really well with this. So, we're up, we're running, we're giving it a shot, we're seeing how it's going to go. So please comment in the chat, let us know how the picture, the audio, all of that kind of stuff is, because if it's not any good, we'll shut it down and we'll restart it back up in our regular hangouts.
Right. Okay, it says, if I am reading this correctly, it may be 2 viewers, so us and someone else. But no one's in the... Oh, hey, there we go, Tune.
Tune! Thanks for joining us.
All
So
right.
you got to let us know if the picture and audio sounds good. We don't really know the streaming labs all that well. We took some time to educate ourselves on it and be able to use it. As you can see, we've added a second little mini camera that I had here to try to maybe focus in on the fire a bit. Maybe if the sun goes down a little bit, the lighting will help play a better effect with that.
Yeah, we're also wondering if maybe we should change up the time a little more. I don't know.
I know, that sun glare.
Tune says that she can hear us real well, but the picture is rather jerky.
Yeah.
That's what we thought too, Tune. Awesome. Oh, Stephen McCoy is here. He says, hello, guys.
Stephen McCoy, thank you for joining us. Well, yeah, I guess you'll have to bear with us while we continue to try streaming labs. Yeah, we'll keep running with it.
Yeah.
All right. As always, we're going to sit here. We're going to take a look at the cryptocurrency markets. We're going to sit here and talk about it a little bit. As I sat there and went through the news today, trying to figure out what was going on to get ready for tonight's shows, wow, the price, right? I mean, we don't got a screen share set up, so you have to bear with me a little bit on this one. But, I mean, we got the Bitcoin price coming in at $3,648 right now. That's up 7.3%. I mean, that's absolutely fantastic. As I look down here through it, it looks like everything's up. So, you know, like I was saying in the intro, you know, should we be taking a little bit of profit right now, because we've seen that it's been really hard to have that fiat cash, right? To be able to keep all of these projects going, miners shutting up left and right, devs getting fired left and right. I mean, we even have fiat problems around here at Bitcoin and Coffee keeping the show afloat. So, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, this little camera, the Tune likes the little picture-in-picture. She says it's rather neat. Yeah, that, I mean, this little guy was facing the front of our property, and we repurposed him for this.
Yeah, I had him on the front door so you can tell who was at the front door.
Yep.
Without actually opening the front door.
And we figured, hey, it's a little picture, so, you know.
Yeah, the picture quality doesn't matter too much, especially when you shrink it and get...
fire, yes, right?
I mean, Litecoin, right? That's the big one. That's what everybody wants to talk about. Of course, we're going to be leaning on you guys in the chat to make this a very interactive show. So please put your comments, questions, whatever you want to talk about. Just say, hey, let us know that you're here. I mean, we're looking at Litecoin at $41.65, right? We're up 25%. It's quite a bit.
Oh, yes, it is.
I mean, you bought 3 Litecoins the other day. You're up a free Litecoin.
I know, right? I try to, like, think of, like, that, like, you know, like, when the Bitcoin price is down, I'm like, okay, so it's just, like, bargain, like, shopping, right? It's like when you go into Walmart and you're buying a Kraft macaroni and cheese, and all of a sudden you're like, it is not 11 cents. It is not the price of the ramen. But somehow, and then what do? You buy a crap load of it, right? Yes. Yes.
Well, I mean, why is the price of Litecoin jumping so much, right? That's the next question. And then, could the price of Litecoin shooting up so quick, could that have been, like, I mean, did its lift off ignite the gas on the ground that we've all been talking about, the fact that we can smell it, saying that the crypto market bottom should be in, that we should be turning this around and moving to the upside, that the fundamentals have gotten better. We got the torch lighting going on with the Lightning Network showing us that scaling is working. So, I mean, was it just a big plus in the right direction to be able to finally set all of this off? And then, is it going to be able to hold it?
Did you hear the jingle?
I did hear a little jingle. I wasn't sure if it was your cell phone or not.
No,
I changed up the alert, though, so it wasn't the funny zombie.
It is not a walking zombie. It was like a little placky doober.
That's good.
Stephen McCoy gave us $4.99. Said Litecoin was good to me today.
Oh, thank you, Stephen McCoy. I appreciate it. Litecoin was good to a lot of people today. Yep. I mean, I tell you guys, I'm pretty much all in Bitcoin, so I didn't really pick up those Litecoin gains. But I am happy for that 7% in Bitcoin. I'm just hoping that we run into a situation where that it's just not some overzealousness about Litecoin, and the fact that, you know, Charlie Lee is tweeting about wanting to add fungibility to Litecoin, and that would be the next major step in cryptocurrency. And now that we could be looking at it possibly being the Mimblewimble project to add the privacy to it, and then the fact that Litecoin is adopted a lot more accepted exchanges and into fiat avenues and all of these than any of the other privacy coins. I mean, we've started seeing Zcash, you know, become accepted at Gemini and places like that, and getting its own pairings. But Litecoin's already been through all of this. Litecoin's, you know, way ahead of the game when it comes to this.
It's the OG of altcoins, like, yeah.
So this would become the #1 privacy coin. That's why we're seeing, you know, the rally behind it. But is it going to be able to keep it?
Man, I hope so.
But then the next question is that this small rally, did it ignite the gas? Did it ignite all of the fuel that's all over the place already, that's been accumulating and coming to the surface through all of the development that we've had, through all of the fact of, you know, the volume has been down, that selling is exhausted, that crypto is our future, and that it's undeniable, and that, yes, maybe things got too far out of control in 2017, but they've come down. And they have to go back up. You can't go down forever.
True. There is always a bottom. There is no, like, there's no wishing well, or, you know, the ravine that just, you never hear the clunk. No. There is a bottom. All right. So John from Malibu is here.
John from Malibu, thanks for joining us. I guess right now is probably a good time to see if we're going to continue with the streaming, lads. Let us know how bad it is for glitchiness, as Tunis told us earlier. If it's really bad, you know, we'll go ahead and we'll shut this down, and you can look forward, and we'll just start it right back up and hang out since we're already set up out here.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, we've tried to check our internet connections. That seems to vary in the times of the day and things like that. This thing seems to vary. So, yeah, we don't really know at all what we're working with, people. Like, zero. RJ says, bought some Litecoin last week. I am so happy I took the day off today.
Yes, right? Nice, right? And, I mean, who knew it? Who woke up this morning saying, you know what, today is finally the day that we're all going to get enough green to actually be excited about. That it's not just the 1 or 2%, that we're actually seeing 10% or more in a lot of these altcoins, and more than 5% to me is more than standard day trading. So even if we slip back 1% or 2 tomorrow, we can still be excited.
Ooh, we must be going up. You haven't said standard 5% day trading in quite a long time.
No, I know, right? We haven't had that standard 5% day trading in a while. We've had a lot of 2% up, 1% down, 3% up, 4% down, you know, back and forth stuff. So,
yeah, right? All right, Stephen McCoy says, lightning happening comes up in August. Going to run up till then, I hope. I hope so, too. I mean, I like Litecoin. If I had to pick something, I would root for Litecoin.
I mean, for some reason, I always feel really comfortable with Bitcoin at 10,000. The math is easy.
It doesn't seem like it's too outrageous.
I like Litecoin at $100.
Yes, I like Litecoin at $100 too. That was real. It seemed like that was like a good price, like for it.
So, I mean, but this is just me, and I'm just some Joe Schmo sitting out in the woods, having a bonfire, talking on the internet about how I want to help fight in the revolution. So.
All right, Toon says, my gut says the BTC price will rise. Watching the Kaiser report, it is inevitable with Russia, Turkey, and China's big grabs for the gold, SWIFT system, getting to the cold shoulders, so on, the global scale. Ooh, logs falling. And Paul Rouleau is here. He says, good evening.
Paul Rouleau, thank you for joining us. I mean, sound like an educated individual there, too, to be able to realize that things can't keep continuing along like they have been, that there are a lot of signs pointing to, you know, how big this iceberg is below the water.
Right. Is it a Titanic moment?
I mean, the cryptocurrency market can't go down forever. The dollar can't always stay the same. We can't continue along with the way that it is because people are getting upset. People are not happy with the way that life is and the way that finances roll. And once enough people get on board, something's going to happen. I mean, either that or they're going to have to find another way to control the masses. I mean, you got that tinfoil hat, you put more fluoride in the water or something. But personally, I believe that they just kind of control us all through the money. I am a bit of a Marxist, thinking that money is the root of everything. And
I mean, I think it is too. I mean, yes.
I mean, personally,
I mean, there's probably a decent amount of people in this community that does have the root of all evil. Like, that really kind of...
I found it took me a long time in life to understand how to be happy without money.
Yeah.
Like, if I had a lot of money, I was happy just for the fact that I had a lot of money. And if I had no money, I was sad and bummed out and depressed that I had no money. And I let it block and control my thinking. If I had no money, I thought I couldn't do anything. And if I had money, I thought I was capable of doing just about anything. When money actually has no determining factor on my skills and capability. It's just a preformed notion I created in my head.
Going for a walk or something should not have to deal with, do I have money? Do I not have money? But it really does feel like that. I mean, and then you have the people that don't even leave their house. I mean, that's how we don't spend money, is we just don't leave the house. But then you have people that don't leave the house and still spend money because Amazon is their best friend and everything gets delivered. And I mean, just like the company that we work for that has the other half does the ready cooked meals that you literally get shipped to you, that you just stick in an oven and ta-da. I mean, now leaving your house isn't even a way of not spending money, because now it's in your house and your phone's telling you that you want, Domino's.
Well, I mean, that's just a continuation of the integration of the internet into our daily lives. Your home is no longer a sacred place for you where it's just you. Now you have put the internet into your home, which means you've put everyone else into your home, and everyone else wants to sell you stuff, right? Everyone else wants you to be spending your money. Another one of those situations of keeping you in debt so that they can have the control over you, because you have to go to your job, because you have to pay off the credit card, which you just put all the new stuff on that you bought while you were sitting at home.
I mean, sadly enough, you take a lot of, like, the slaveries over the years, and, like, even back in medieval times with the kings and the peasants and stuff, and you take our financial system, and they're a lot alike. And they're really, I mean, it's not supposed to be, but it really is. All right, so Josh is now here. He said just got in. I think he is some of this nice community. Why, thank you, Josh.
Thanks for joining us.
And Toon says it is a root of all evil. Yes, it is. I mean, it shouldn't be, and at some point, I really hope in my lifetime it's not anymore.
I doubt we'll see that day, Samantha.
I know. Well, maybe I'm going to live hella old. You never know.
Not with all that Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
You're drinking one right now. You're lucky Venture ain't in the chat to give you a hard time.
Oh, you shut up.
So, I mean, besides the market, besides the price, besides the cryptocurrency exchange, I don't really want to talk about anymore. We got Binance, right? They did some stuff, right? We're hearing about their BNB token and how they're going to be coming out with their, I mean, we've heard about it already, but that they're their own personal chain for the Binance token that's going to support their decentralized exchange is a few weeks away. But, I mean, of course, Binance and Tron, They're like, buddy, and they're always giving out news before announcements to try to help keep the price up. We did just see that Binance pumped. He's probably looking for a way to help keep that 15% they just took and not really slide back down before they actually do come out with this. And hopefully collect another pump on it. I mean, that man is definitely financially motivated.
Yes.
I mean, I personally, financial genius. Let me buy this company for $140 million and then within a month make it ICO and run a token for it, the separate company that I now own, and collect $150 million in the ICO. So now he's up $10 million and got the company to boot.
Right. Right.
And
it's like car flip again. It's like, yeah, it's like...
And now you get to sit here and start monetizing the infrastructure of pirating.
Awesome, right?
Right, and then on top of it,
Not to mention they might have their shit on your stuff, like, while you're pirating. They got it all. Like, they got all aspects of the torrenting on lockdown now. Awesome.
I mean, we seen Vitalik talking about this, too. We seen Vitalik talking about that, they're going to be centralized.
Yes.
And we've seen here in the cryptocurrency space that that's not necessarily that big of an issue.
A lot, or I mean, yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I necessarily have a problem with it either. I mean, fine, let them be centralized, let them do what they want. As long as we continue to keep having Bitcoin and we have the decentralization we need in Bitcoin and we can continue to advance Bitcoin, then let all of these other altcoins do what they want for their projects and let them continue along with their development of blockchain. I mean, we're never going to figure it out unless we try it.
Yeah.
So let's try it and see what works and what doesn't work. I just know I'm personally not investing in it, and I'm sorry for the people that do invest into it and lose money. I mean, but we all lose some money in the space. That's part of investing. It's part of trying to figure it out. If we all knew the right things to invest in, we'd all be rich.
I don't know. That's what I just go with that it's more than, as long as we have the ability to choose what we're able to do. I mean, that's freedom. So fine, you want to go invest everything in some horrible scam? You want to go try some 200 plus something altcoin? Okay, I mean, I feel that that's the whole point of, like, decentralized and freedom, is that you get to do whatever you want, whether it be sink or swim or, burn. I mean, it's going to be whatever it's going to be, but you get those choices.
Right. I mean, as you say this reminds me of somebody that wrote me an email, and this was ways back during the hype. They were talking about a website, and it was a Ponzi. It looked like a Ponzi, and I wrote back, and I told him that it looked like a Ponzi, and he's like, yeah, but do you think it's an early enough Ponzi for me to be able to get in and still make money? So, some people are willing to, they just want to make the money. They don't care how it happens. They just think, do they have the advantage?
Yes. Am I the first?
Am I going to be at the top of this pyramid, or am I getting in a little late and coming in at the bottom?
Or the middle, because that doesn't work. Yes, I want the top. I mean, that's the only way Ponzi's work. I mean, yes, and I mean, it's just like how, it's either all or nothing. We can't have both ways, because if we have it both ways, what are we? We're in some weird limbo, old and new world orders. I mean, really? What is that?
I don't know. I mean,
know it's going to be like that for a while.
We sit here and we go without on certain things so that we can continue to save, fiat dollars, and we turn them into cryptocurrency, mostly Bitcoin, so that we can, A, change our future, hopefully, and B, also participate in this revolution. We sit here and we cut things out of our budget, for this extra money, like going out to McDonald's, what I personally consider frivolous spending, but a lot of people consider everyday average expenses.
Yeah.
And, you sit here and you joke around about it on air it a lot. But at the same time, retrospect,
I'm on it. Yes,
right, I know, but when it comes to a situation of retrospect and you look at it, it just made us harder.
Mm-hmm.
It made us better people. Like, we probably would be fatter if we ate out and ate frivolous food all the time.
Yes.
If we did some of the luxuries, we would be a little more unhealthy. It's to your benefit to always push yourself.
Yeah.
You should never be too comfortable, because that's when you get lazy. That's when you get fat. That's when you become
compliant.
Right, exactly. That's when you become compliant.
I mean, I know that's I know that's the goal, for the bad side. You know, the bad side of the conspiracy tin hatness is that's the goal, is everybody's going to be a Wally person, you know.
Right, I mean, have your Whataburger, even though they don't exist anymore, and watch your 500 channels.
On your little scooter, get your fat butt around as you go spend more money. Because that feeds into the system that they want.
Anything in the chat, Samantha?
Okay, so Josh says visionaries in here. Toon says, it took me forever to learn that, Eugene, that I have worth as a person, and it has nothing to do with how much money I have.
That one took me a long time, too.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like, I grew up poor. You know, I'm the oldest of 7. My dad has 11, but my mother has 7, and I am the oldest of 7. Yeah. So I grew up without a lot. And to me, for the longest time, I could only be happy if I had money. And it had to be like $4,000 or $5,000 at least, you know, expendable money in my pocket before I would consider myself to be happy. Other than that, I just consider I'm poor, I'm worthless.
Yeah.
You know, my personal value was only deemed by the money in my pocket. And for a long time, I thought a man's value is only the money in his pocket. If the man has no money in his pocket, the man has no value.
Yeah. I don't know, but then, I mean, we have definitely grown and learned, and I've met a lot of people that haven't had a cent to their freaking name. And I don't even know what this world would be like if they weren't on it. You know what I mean? So, like, I mean, there is a lot, and it is a lot more, and it is very hard, especially the way the world is now, to look outside of ads and social media and friends that you aren't friends with really, but are friends, and find your self-worth and realize that, I mean, that's why it's hard for when you ask me, oh, what do you think of the Bitcoin price? I don't actually care. I'm not going to care until that day, which I mean, is like 15 years from now or something, people, okay? I mean, if you want to know my game plan, I'm not thinking until literally retirement that it's going to matter. On that day, ask me if I care about what the price of Bitcoin is. Because on that day, I might.
Yeah. I mean, we are the type of people that if we could time lock it away, where it was absolutely impossible to touch it, we would.
Yeah, for sure.
It's about long-term gratification, right?
All right. Stephen McCoy says the future of crypto is 2020 and 2021. Give me hope for a brighter financial future. And RJ says Mimblewimble possibly on Litecoin this year. Also, Litecoin happening in a few months. Everything is looking good, and BT seems soon to follow next year with its halving.
I mean, I've been out here every single day for the last couple of weeks, and I mean, if you watch the show, I'm always saying that the fundamentals are good. You know, the progression of Bitcoin is always to the positive side, that we have not been slipping backwards in Bitcoin for a couple of years now. Like, it has been to the betterment. I mean, the price just does not necessarily always reflect that. You know, the level of adoption is not necessarily based on the technicals of Bitcoin. You know, it might have been a little bit of a fad. That's fine. You know, I mean, it brought in some money. It got some people some money that they needed for development. You know, I mean, hindsight is 2020. You know, we all wish we would have cashed out a little more, but we all did cash out some. You know, it's hard to find the person that said that they didn't take any profits.
Yeah, didn't take that Coinbase card one extra time. You know,
and then the unlucky individual that bought on the other side of 15,000. You know, and didn't sell shortly after, and has rode all the way down. I mean, they had the hardest lesson to learn, but hopefully they will have the biggest gains in the future.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully they realize that, hey, they may have bought at 15 and they are at a massive loss right now. But if they just continue to hold, you know, they will see 15 again, and they will see beyond.
That is the problem. I mean, that is the fundamental problem, like human nature. I mean, FOMO and FUD are real. Those are real feelings. And yes, once you see your dollar value or your Satoshi value dropping, plummeting from what you've already, you know, nest egged and thought that is like the worst time ever to start thinking, oh, I'm selling it all right now. Like, I gotta recoup whatever I'm gonna recoup because it's going to $1, right? It's going to $1. Yeah. That's the worst time. exactly what everybody wants you to do. But I mean, it's human. It's in your. I mean, it's fundamentally hardwired in us to think, oh my God, I am literally taking money and throwing it out the car window and continuing to drive. This is not okay.
So, how many of you guys went ahead and collected that $10 off Coinbase for the Brave stuff? You got to let us know in the chat. We'll talk about it in a minute. So what do you think, Samantha? Is the fire looking good over there?
Yeah.
Yeah? Better on the big camera or better on the little camera?
The little camera is more glowy. But
Okay.
the big camera, it's bigger.
Nice.
So, You're also small over here, so I don't think I got a real awesome view going on, but it's okay. It's okay.
I guess it's going to...
I'm working with what I got.
I guess it's going to be as how glitchy it is for everybody else watching it right now.
Probably. I mean, no one else has said horrible things, but I'm doubting anybody.
I got the biggest delay possible in here to try to help buffer it. I mean, I think we have a 30-second delay right now from what they're hearing and what I'm saying and what you're getting in the chat.
Right, so try to help it out. I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, Silent Lamb is here.
All right, Silent Lamb, thanks for joining us. Please, everybody, hit that thumbs up button. I mean, it's the best way to let everybody else on YouTube know that we're out here, because then YouTube will promote this and put it on the side. We've been looking through our statistics lately, right? And it seems like YouTube is not promoting us in any way.
No, it is not our friend.
But we can tell we got 46 loyal followers out there.
Yep.
Because we have had 46 views for the last
3 days.
4 or 5. No, it's 4 or 5
4
days now,
yeah.
I think. So, kudos. I really do appreciate it. You guys are what's keeping this small community afloat. And it may be a small community now, but the skills and what we have going on here is part of a bigger picture, right? I mean, we are the missing puzzle piece for a lot of people.
Yes,
They
it
just
will
have
make
to.
sense.
They just need the big red arrow that's pointing at saying, "Come on over here," because I will help people figure out what is the best place for them to be buying Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies at. You know, is it better to go to an ATM for what their intentions are? Do they need to just go to Coinbase? Do they need to get hooked up with Binance and be using their credit card or using Changely?
Yeah, we've had a bunch of people who have asked, how can I get around this? How can I get around my state? How can I get around my country?
Are you new in cryptocurrency and all of a sudden you busted your hardware wallet? You can't figure out how to get into it? I've had lots of people with problems.
We've had that happen.
Yep.
We know what to do.
ERC20 tokens, they're not as difficult as they used to be. But for a very long time, they were pretty difficult to be able to see them and recognize them, even on the MetaMask and the Ledger. You know, sometimes, especially if you had the obscure ones, you'd have to go and add them to it. Also, if people had trouble figuring out how to send them out, how you had to open up your MetaMask and then also go to the website that was linked to it as well, and you had to pay your gas fees through it. So I'm here in the cryptocurrency space. I've been here for 3 years. I've been on air for 2. And I send a Bitcoin transaction almost every other day, every day. Like, I'm always sending cryptocurrency. It is part of my financial daily life. So if you're new in the space, I do have the skill set to be able to help you out. And I'm not charging for it. I'm not trying to get rich off of it. I'm not trying to sell some classes or sell, my time for 0.1 Bitcoin or 0.01 Bitcoin on Google Hangouts or anything.
The likelihood we're ever going to have a scrolling banner of a sponsor or the first 15 seconds
I would let those tax people sponsor me, because I don't think, as far as all of the other stuff and gambling, that's all scam. But I mean, wanting to pay your taxes because you know that the government is not going to let up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just using
getting
a
it
tool
done
to get it all
right.
easier. I mean, that's all they're doing is just collecting all the crap you give them. And
it's a turbo tax for crypto.
Yeah, easy form, ta-da. But I mean, like we were saying when we were watching Crypto Show, because that was his new little sponsory duper, was that it's very short-lived. I mean, tax season is not forever, so.
Crypto Zombie also has it now too, and I think Crypto Daily. All 3 of them are being sponsored by that tax place.
I love when he does his little meme reviews, and I mean, he's a funny little British man. You gotta love it. Okay, so John from Malibu says Whataburgers are still big in Texas.
They have them. I've seen all of them closed down here in the Florida area. I liked the Whataburger. Like, I wasn't really big on fast food.
We don't have Albertsons here, and we used to. They closed down.
But I remember after we went out, and after we'd go out for a night of drinking and hanging out, a Whataburger was amazing. Those things were so freaking big.
They were disgusting, but yes. The key word there was night of drinking.
Yes.
Yeah, are there Quiznos anywhere? Because we have this argument all the time.
Yeah,
All of the
Quiznos went out
Quiznos-
of business,
like-
but they had good sandwiches because they had the good beef.
I don't understand how they went. I mean, it's just okay. Yeah.
Because they were expensive. You couldn't get a small sandwich there
So
for
it's
under
freaking
$8.
Arby's. I mean, really? So,
What's up, Eugene? I'm on air. Okay. My son. All right, so with the Brave browser, I was actually able to do this on your account, Samantha.
yeah,
We went
so
ahead
I
and
did it, right?
yes, we went ahead and we collected all $10,
Yeah.
right? The first one was $7 for downloading the Brave browser and then like
Yeah, the little
signing into
tutorial,
your
yeah.
Coinbase. Then it went ahead and gave you that $7, and then they had another $3 for watching 2-minute videos with a single follow-up question.
Yeah, one was about the Brave, like, token, and then...
One was about the browser, and then one was about, I think, what they wanted to do on the internet, like how they were
right. It was
moving
just
towards.
like the 3 point. Yeah, okay.
If you know anything about Brave, you could probably go ahead and skip the video and answer the questions right at the end. There was only one question for each. What I thought was funny is that there was one for OX for $3. As soon as I had finished yours, I went to go do mine on my Coinbase account to collect that, and then I was going to put it all together in your account since there's no transaction fees on
'cause we just
Coinbase.
share our bubbles. Yeah, uh-huh.
It said, as soon as I went to go do it, it said that I had to join the waiting list.
Yep, an invitation will be sent to
An
you
invitation
soon.
will be sent to you soon. And I had remember reading that they had said by invite or email invite, but it was open. So they must have hit their limit. You know what I mean? Like they had a cap, and now that they're looking to, I seen that the BAT token went up a little bit, though,
Yeah.
because the $10 that they gave us was a little on the other side of $10 just before we went on air.
Of course it is. I mean,
Now, see, I thought it would have went the other way, because, of course, my first instincts were, everyone's getting a bunch of BAT token, they're going to dump it, especially right here on Coinbase, if that's where they're giving
yes,
it to me.
because we also then were all like, I'm not sure we like Coinbase's fees. We started looking other places. Miraculously, nowhere else. Yes, no exchanges for BAT. There was, 2? And the minimum that Coinbase gave you wasn't enough for the 2 to take out.
Yes, the minimum fees were not necessarily enough to make anything worthwhile.
So
The
it really is
closest I
Coinbase,
had
yeah.
seen coming to was using Changely and going directly from my BAT, or from your, Samantha's account, from your BAT tokens back into Bitcoin to your same exact account. And that would have had the least fees. I would have spent less than $1 doing that. But it wasn't enough BAT tokens for the minimum requirement. That's why I was trying to get my
Yeah, so
BAT
we could
tokens
combine
so that
them
I could
and-
send them to you for no fees and then go ahead and collect $20 in free Bitcoin.
Yep, and I mean, and now I am on the wait list for the OX one.
Yes.
Yes, I mean, they shut that stuff down real quick. We went as soon as we were done with
Well,
our
I
video.
mean,
of course.
We're at the bottom of a bear market, and I mean, you're handing out free crypto. I mean, free crypto. I'm sitting here and I got my whole family lined up behind me to get free crypto.
Yeah, right? Just wait till next year when our kid is 18.
Right?
We're not going to be the parents that put out, like, cable bills in our kid's name, incur debt. But he's going to have a Coinbase account.
Right? We got to keep it under that $10,000 limit somehow when we cash out. You spread it around a bit.
No one heard that as a plan.
There's nothing illegal with that. I
Right.
give my money to whoever I want. That's the point in cryptocurrency. My money, my rights. I'm my own bank.
There you go. All right.
No one in the chat?
No, we have...
Okay.
So, let's see. Toon says, I refuse to take a loss. I will always wait it out and hope nothing happens that would cause me to need to liquidate at a loss. Yeah.
That's always what the real big problem is.
That's our hard sell. It's like,
How
as
much
long as-
money do you have coming in on the monthly basis? What is your monthly expenditure? And did something catastrophic happen that was unexpected requiring you to liquidate?
Yes, ours would be like...
The cars, the
car
vehicles,
breaking,
because I
yeah.
never go out and take an auto loan. I always just buy a vehicle probably for under $3,000, and then we drive it around till it blows up, and usually I can fix it or I can't fix it. But transmissions aren't cheap, and motors aren't cheap, and a new $3,000 car is not cheap.
Yep. Yeah, so it is like, okay, so what is your breaking point of where I have to start dipping into my wallet? Yeah. Ours apparently was a jet ski at one point in time, people.
You're never going to let that thing go.
No, I'm not. It was fun, though. I don't like the motorcycle. I don't like planes. I don't like trees. I like the jet ski.
So was anybody else able to get the $10 from Brave?
Anybody else? Nobody? Somebody? Nope. I mean, no one's saying it.
Okay.
We have Trini Man. We're going to go with that. 922 saying Whataburger is the best.
All right.
See? There's other people who enjoy the giant slimy sandwiches.
I haven't had a Whataburger in like 5 years or something at least.
Oh, yeah. There was one, it's been longer than that, because there was one near someone's house in Brevard County, but it eventually closed down because I remember, I think we ate there a couple times. That was your, yeah.
Oh, no, I've been Five Guy in it now if I have to.
I like the peanuts. Anything for free. Oh, I'm the horrible person that stops at all of the sample, stands everywhere. Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I don't have any more news really here. Just at the price, the bottom of the market, the Binance token, the Brave stuff, if anybody had collected it. If there's something you guys want to talk about, please go ahead, put it in the chat. We'd love to start up a conversation about whatever you got going on or whatever you'd like to talk about or whatever your thoughts are in the cryptocurrency market. I mean, right now is definitely one of those times of, should we be making a move, right? This is more, like Samantha was, this is more than that standard 5% day trading. This is an opportunity to possibly take a little bit of profit because, we have heard for the last, I think it's 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, I've been hearing that the cryptocurrency market could be going down even further.
Yeah.
It would suck to sell a little bit right now and have it continue upwards and get 4, 5, right? Because, we've seen cryptocurrency and we know that it just takes upwards in leaps and bounds. There's a reason they say we're going to the moon, because we're lifting off. So,
we just have a super...
But you'll regret it. You'll be kicking yourself in the backside if you don't take a little profit right now and we drop down to 1,500 and you still got to keep your project afloat. Because, to be honest, most of us that are still here in the cryptocurrency space, we got projects, we got something that we're invested in crypto. We're not just a hodler.
Yeah.
Right, because, a lot of people, they dropped out already. Right? We rode this all the way down because we're ride or die with this crypto stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just like you guys. I don't have the answer either. I didn't know that 19.5 was the top. I didn't know that we were going to slide down all year. I thought 6 was the bottom, just like everyone else, because we consolidated for so long. I would like to say that this is the bottom, but I do like to always keep my eyes wide open and realize that there is a possibility that this is just a little opportunity, that this is a rally to the upside, but we're going to slide back down. I know, right? Nothing you want to hear. I see you giving me that look, Sam.
You know I like the happy fluffy of...
Yeah, we're just on our way up. That's what this is. We've been down. We've been moving down sideways, coiling up, consolidating for a little bit. And here we go. We're going to shoot up. And maybe we'll consolidate for a little bit longer, at this level, and then shoot up again.
I hope so. I don't know.
We got technical analysis going in both directions, either way.
I love. There's quite a few now. I think I would be more impressed with the technical analysis dude that literally was just one way or the other. I have literally all of them say, if it's going to be this, then it'll be that. Or if it's going to be that, it could be this. And it's like,
I'll be the technical analysis guy with one direction.
Just one direction, up or down. Man, people hate you or don't. Just something. Give somebody a definite.
If you zoom out, it's going up.
Okay, James Van Hart is here. All I have to do is watch your older video posts with Bitcoin and crypto were cheaper. We hold and wait. We've been through this before. And Paul Rouleau says, Hordle.
Yeah, the cryptocurrency market is definitely a test of your character.
Yes.
It's a test of your intelligence. It tries you in ways that you haven't been tried. But realistically, shouldn't it? Shouldn't the future test you to see if you're worthy of it? Right? You're talking about getting the keys to the kingdom when you're getting Bitcoin right now at these kinds of prices, if it really is going to be the future of finances. With money comes power. Yeah. With financial,
with power comes responsibility.
Right, all of that kind of stuff. But still, what I mean? That's why we can't have That's why I'm talking about decentralization. That's why I'm talking about spreading it to the millennials and not letting these institutional investors get a hold of it. Because then, even though here we are with a decentralized currency, if too many institutions have a hold of it, and the banks and the countries, then they're still going to manipulate it against us. We'll still be down here working in Satoshis, trying to get up there when they hold all of it. Because still the problem is that money isn't fairly disseminated across all people.
Yeah.
All life is equal, regardless of who you are or where you are. And work is work and should all be valued the same, whether you live in Venezuela, you live in China, you live here in the United States, or you live in France, Mexico, right? We should all be receiving a fair wage.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have to do with lines and borders and countries and housing and income.
Yeah, I mean, there shouldn't be people in Venezuela making $2 an hour. Or, I mean, $2 a day. $1 a month. I don't know. I've heard all kinds of crazy little low numbers, right? We shouldn't have people over in the Philippines also making the same kind when minimum wage here in Florida is $9 and lawyers and electricians make $100 an hour. You know, it doesn't seem right. Then you have minimum wages, if it was U.S. prices in the Netherlands, being around $15 to $18.
Right. I mean, yes. Yeah.
We need money to be equal across the globe. We're becoming, the internet is making the world a smaller place. And as the world becomes a smaller place, we all need to be equal. We can't have somebody on the other side of the world being treated and feeling different than the person on the other side, because that's what creates the differences. That's when you have people that start disliking other people because they feel that they're being mistreated.
I mean, yes, like the problem is before this, before the internet, and before, what were you doing? You were doing the school pen pal crap, right? I mean, like, you didn't actually come in contact with enough people from other places, in other countries, with other educations, other jobs, other wages, other ways of living, until the internet. And then, I mean, you look at some of these, I mean, all you can think is empathy. All you have is, oh my God, like, why are these children living in the, you know, burning pits of China and South Africa? Like, what, I mean, there are so many levels that it makes you think we are closer, because you are literally seeing it and hearing it and watching what is happening. Otherwise you were getting on a plane. I mean, you were picking up a National Geographic and hoping that they were telling the true story of something. Like the reporter's side was, you know. I don't know,
one of the ones that always tugged at my heartstrings and showed me the scale of the world is the e-waste situation. How we create so much extra e-waste here in the United States, and we can't get rid of it, and we don't put it in landfills, but yet we put it on a barge and send it over to China, and 2 or 3 months later it lands up there in their landfills, and then their children are out there burning down the green board to make the gold out of it. And the gold that they receive out of it is supporting their entire family, but yet the chemicals that are coming from it is killing them and causing cancer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, how big is the world then if they're getting our garbage to survive?
And we're killing them with it. Like, literally.
So that our laptop can be disposable.
Yeah, so your cell phone with a cracked screen can just go in that trash can, right? Or into that recycling if you're an actual good person and you want to do the electronic recycle bin. Awesome. I mean,
that is electronic recycling.
I know, and it's still going. It doesn't matter. All of our stuff is going somewhere and getting burnt by children. I mean, this is the sad reality, and I don't understand. I don't even see exactly how our waste is someone else's profit. Like, it's like, shouldn't we keep that in-house? If there's profit to it, shouldn't we be, oh, wait, we don't want to carcinogen our own children? Oh, that makes sense, right? Okay.
It's a matter of, you know, one man's trash is another man's treasure. You know, the amount of time it would take to pay somebody to burn down the board and get the gold out of it, and then to be able to properly dispose of all of this would cost, they wouldn't make a profit. But if you're talking about just some children running around with pots and pans and little fires that they made out of garbage, any pennies in their pocket is good, considering that they have nothing. And they're just trying to buy rice and clean water. I mean, there's reasons that I'm constantly passionate about Bitcoin and this revolution. And, I mean, I talk a lot about, you know, my family and my future and how I'd like to see it better for me. But I do also believe in the other stuff. I believe that there's an entire world out there of people that are unbanked, unrecognized, impoverished, and overlooked. on an every single day basis that could benefit from cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and all of the things that come along with it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I would be a lot more likely to donate to somebody if I could just send it to an address and I knew who it was on the other end, over the situation of donating to one of these nonprofit organizations that only 15% makes it to the cause, and everyone else is getting their pockets fat and paying for the commercials and everything else to raise more money.
Yes, yes. The Feed the Children's and the ASAPCA's and the, Humane Societies. And, I mean, yes, it's like, yes, those are non-for-profit, but they're not actual non-profit. They're somewhere in the middle. I mean, I just hope that I hope I live long enough, I guess, to see it.
Cut out that soda, Samantha, and you might.
Shut up. Shut up.
I don't know. I mean, we can tell that something is brewing. It's been happening pretty much a majority of our adult life. We can tell that, finances are not right. We've seen the crash, 2008?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then, I mean, it is well known that it was just, your favorite word, patched. That the financial situation of America was just patched. That there was no real fix implemented. So that just means another one is coming.
Yeah, they just printed a Band-Aid.
Now, I'm not saying that it's not going to be patched again. I'm not saying that the American dollar is going to zero. I'm not saying America is going to collapse and we're going to need a whole new government. I'm just saying that if we patched it 10 years ago and we know that we patched it, then, I mean, realistically talking, there will have to be another recession until we fix it.
Right.
And I don't hear anyone talking about the ultimate fix here. Right? I just keep hearing about that Trump tweets a lot of stuff and it upsets people, and now they want to impeach him, and now that the government is all wishy-washy on the internet and can't figure out what to do.
Yeah.
Well, that's not getting an answer. That's not getting the job done. That's no one rolling up their sleeves and getting back to work. That's just the same old bureaucratical BS of let's talk. Well, a lot of people talk, right? A lot of people do a lot of talking all the time, and really what needs to happen is someone needs to get out there and get some work done. That's what me and you do, right, Sam?
Yep.
We get out there and we get work done. We've been doing it with the Tally Fund, right? We've been raising a little bit of money because I don't have it really to put out of my pockets. I'm not Roger Ver. I don't have $1 million to go fund Bitcoin commercialing, right? So I do lean on you guys to help me out. And then we get out there and we put feet on the ground and we walk around and we shake hands. And if there was babies, I'd kiss them.
Yeah, right?
And we give them the tools needed.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I know you're excited because every time I bring it up, you start smiling on air. And we talk about it all the time when we're off air. You're excited to go to Forbidden Kingdom. You're excited to go tell people about Bitcoin. And it's not even, it feels like you're planting seeds out there and you never know what's going to grow. You never know what's going to happen. I could hopefully turn somebody on that gets out there and starts up another YouTube channel, and then that brings in more people. I could turn on somebody who gets out there and makes the next DApp that's a fad that brings more people into understanding what cryptocurrency is. I could turn on somebody else that joins, the show here that answers other people's questions when I possibly couldn't get to it.
Yeah, I mean, it is just endless possibilities. And yes, like we put thought into this. I mean, every time.
Oh, actually, you got some more coffee right there. Would you mind topping me off, Sam?
Every time.
Spilling the soda.
I'm so drinking this in front of you fast. Yes. Okay. So, I mean, when we started thinking, what is the next thing that we could do after this channel? Because once there was less new people, there was a lot of less questions. There was less help desk. So then it was, what else can we do? What else can we do? I mean, I feel like every time we stop, we need to think about more things and try to do more. And this is definitely, I was scared the very first month. I mean, this is not my forte, talking to strangers, hence why you guys never see my face. But this time it's not it's not as scary, and I know everybody took our 400 flyers home last time.
Woo! There we go.
Just wait for everybody to take home the rest of them this time. I mean, you have no idea. I am like a hawk, and I can scan the ground very well. And for the entire 2 days of UDC, I did not see a single flyer of ours on the floor, on the ground, in the trash can. I was looking. it made me feel good, because then it made me think, okay, these people put it somewhere and took it with them.
Well, maybe it just means we didn't waste the extra money that we wasted on the high-quality paper, the gloss laminate, putting a little extra work into the hologram image, like the image, the high-def image on it. I just think that we did just go with a repeat copy this time because I had the 15% discount. I would like to change it up. Actually, I would like to change it up a little bit differently and have you guys help me make it, right? But we won't be talking about this till after we get back from this Forbidden Kingdom. We're already looking and trying to set up the next one because, like she's saying, we're always looking to go forward. We're always looking to go bigger, better, right? Go bigger, go home.
Yeah, because, I mean, that was the whole, it was like, wait, okay, so the free help desk isn't working because no new people are coming into the space. Oh, simple solution. Get more people into the space.
Yep.
What?
I don't know anyone else that's really, I mean, we kind of ripped it off a little bit from World Crypto Network because he was passing out flyers on Fremont Street, but it didn't go over really well for him. He also didn't go with, he just went with regular paper, and he was going to people that were tourists. I thought, let me take what he did, let me see where he went wrong, and let me see where I can improve it.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you always just, everybody can do something. Like, no matter what. I mean, even how we talk about crypto, and Crypto's girlfriend does the paintings
artwork,
and the stuff that, I mean, you can commission her to get any kind of a logo, any kind of crypto-ness, any kind of anything. Everybody has something they can put into this community and into progressing this, because the more people that talk and see and hear this from people in this community, not on the outside, it's going to make them feel it, understand it, see it more. And Paul Rouleau says we need a companion channel called Litecoin and Latte.
Paul Rouleau, what are you doing, my man?
Right? Come on. All right, James Benhart said, something like 3/4 of the world makes $1 or less a day.
Yeah.
Like 2/3 of Chinese work 15 hours a day for a handful of rice. We learn to live on less, appreciate what we have.
I just, you know, sometimes I think about, all right, if it's really like that, then how come we can't take, like, you know, we could easily muster together $10,000, right, cash, and we can take our passport. Why can't we just go to one of these countries where they live off $1 a day and live like they live? And then never have to work again, Sam?
Well, it's called a thing called a visa. They make you put, you know, what you're doing in their country. I mean, I don't know. Yes, there are probably places that are visa-friendly and also very low wage where
I had that one friend who kept always saying, there's a lot of room in the jungle.
Right?
I mean, who's going in the jungle to pull you out?
That's where they have the scary, scary spiders and the scary
I forgot
snakes.
You're not up for as much of an adventure as I am.
I don't want to wake up with a scorpion. I can tell you that one
I'll just be sleeping with one of those nuts on me.
You just take the hammock, right? Except it's like the whole hammock.
So, what's going on in the chat? Are these guys hanging out with us? Should we just be wrapping it up and getting off
there's
air?
a lot of people's names in here, but our thingy says 4 viewers. So, I mean, I'm not really trusting the Streaming Labs, like, quota. But yes, there's people here. But no one's saying anything.
All right,
The last was probably that.
If you guys want to talk about something, please go ahead, put it in the chat. Besides that, you got to pound that thumbs up button. It's what's going to let people know about this channel. It's what's going to get us out there, right? Besides that, you can always share us out if you want. You got your own social media feeds on Facebook and Twitter and everywhere else. There's a nice little button down there below, right? You press share on it. It puts it out there on your social media feed. Other people get it. It adds to it. The more people that do it, the more people get the impressions. Maybe somebody will come join us. Maybe they'll come hang out in the community. Maybe they'll become a regular in the chat. I remember there used to be a time before Paul Rouleau was here, right?
Yes, I can't imagine.
There was a time before Toon was hanging out here too, and Andy Anderson.
Yep.
So you never know who's going to be our next good friend here in the chat.
Right, come be our friend.
So besides hitting that like button and sharing us out, what else can you do to help out the channel? You can follow us on any one of those other social media platforms that I'm posting to. There should be some links down below if Steam Labs actually did it right this time. Twitter's the big one, right? Twitter has over 1,600 followers. Well, actually, Steam's the big one. I got 5,800 followers on Steam, but a lot of people really are interactive with me. I think yesterday we had 140 something upvotes on our Steam post, getting us 29 cents.
Nice.
So that's a big plus over there. As always, you can please comment on anything on any of the social media platforms. Check out the comments. I will write you back. Twitter is the best, though, because I check my Twitter a couple times a day to be able to message you guys. Or you can just email me. It's eugeneforest20@gmail.com, and that's the free email help desk service. You could also direct other people to me that are getting into cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've been making a big push over the last 60 days, right, Samantha? We've been out here every single day pretty much for the last couple weeks. We're going to be continuing this through the month of February and probably into the month of March. Yeah. That's what we're thinking right now at this moment. I've tried to come out with a regulated schedule so that you guys could actually plan around coming to find us. And if YouTube's not pushing the notifications, you can come find it. I put it up on Twitter. You can always subscribe to the channel and come check it at the right time. 10 a.m.
Yep.
Monday through Thursday.
And 11 tomorrow.
Yep, and 5 o'clock on Fridays with bonfires.
All right.
Fridays are the ones with the streaming labs. You got to come watch them live. I know when this renders, it's going to be horrible.
It's going to be choppier than what you are watching right now.
And if you don't like the streaming labs, if you don't want me to continue using this, that's absolutely fine. This is more for you than for me, because I'm still sitting in my backyard on a log.
Right. There's not actually a lot of difference going on in our world, just your world.
So if it's messing it up too much for you, let me know. Paul Rouleau said that it wasn't that bad last time, so we thought we'd give it another shot. I am always up for learning new things. You guys have pushed me over the last 2 years. I mean, I've learned photo editing, right? Yep. I've learned video editing. I've learned all about this streaming labs. I've learned about photo and lighting and all kinds of things that I never had any clue about before whatsoever.
Hence why all of the first videos look the way they do. Trial and error, man.
Yeah, don't tell people to go back and look at those. I always feel so embarrassed when I see them because they're bad.
I know they are.
I wouldn't erase them because I want you guys to know where I came from. Yeah. I want you to know every step of the story, every step of the way that I've been here, and everything I've had to say about cryptocurrency, this market, and how I've slowly got my family to get on board and join in on this.
Yeah, I mean, sadly, I was there for all of the ones outside. Yeah. All of the ones in our garden.
You were usually the one pressing record, but then you just stood there silently.
Yep. I mean, I don't know. It was, looking back, it's like I probably should have, because I mean, like I said, we wasted a lot of stuff on me just not getting the idea of, crap, man, this $2 is going to be like 50 in like 2 months. We really, really shouldn't be using it.
Well, the market hasn't been like that for a while, so it's back to those fundamentals. And we're still fighting the Viva la Bitcoin revolution here to bring down that fiat with all of those third parties. I mean, that's the biggest problem, right? I mean, it'd be one thing if we just had the dollar that they kind of, messed around with and inflated. I personally think it's the third parties. Because it's like, when I have no money, how is everybody else taking the little bit I got?
I know. That is a good point. It's like, really?
And if it's like, if I got it, I don't care, It's like, oh, yeah, take your little $3 fee out of my $100. But if you're sending 7, whoa, you want to take almost half. And the fee never changes. That's why cryptocurrency always makes a little more sense. The more you're sending, the more your fee.
That does kind of make sense, yeah. And then also, I love that you have choices, like 3.
Oh yeah, slow, medium, or fast. Yeah. How many Satoshis would you like to pay per bite?
Because let me tell you, when I'm standing at the convenience store waiting on the dude to get off the phone with his Indian girlfriend, I would consider that a slow
transactional. That is for sure, Samantha.
It should cost less. Just saying. All right, let's see. We have, James Van Hart says, live on a beautifully secluded, deserted island for free with internet to have the crypto prices. And
satellite.
Right? And the mindset to keep up on news and learning with cryptos. So thank you, guys.
Yeah, but the problem is if you're all alone on a desert island, you'd probably spend most of your time doing all the stuff it would take to survive.
right?
Getting food,
Then we gotta cut those
cultivating
coconuts
food,
and,
getting
yeah.
clean water, cooking, building your shelter.
Bitcoin Jake 09 is here, and
Hey, buddy, thanks for joining us. Still playing the Dark Ones a little bit earlier today.
Probably though just give us a $5 super chat.
Oh,
Viva la Bitcoin.
I didn't hear it.
Really?
Did it
just
jingle?
jingled.
It jingled? Awesome. Well, thank you, Paul.
It did jingle. Ooh, okay. So, Bitcoin Jake says that he is on Gab now, still suspended from Twitter.
Gab is supposed to be the other one that's like Twitter. You know how long it took me to get on Twitter?
Yes, I do, because I was there, and I mean, you know.
Yeah, there is an actual Bitcoin and coffee, but I don't remember what the password is or what email address I used. That's why it's
It was
now...
that kind of long ago.
Yeah, that's why it's coffee_Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah, because you got the first, yeah, I mean, yeah. So you screwed yourself out of your name the first time around because you can't remember your crap.
I think it's my fault, though, for having like 25 different Gmail accounts.
It's for all the personas, man. I mean...
Complex.
Right? What are you asking in pertaining to getting my email address? Okay, let me give you the one that should go in with that category. There you go.
Exactly.
Andy Anderson is here now. He says, hi, everybody.
Andy Anderson, thanks for joining us.
Gab has an edit button, is what Bitcoin Jake says.
Yes, I noticed that because my spelling ain't the greatest, so sometimes I notice I'll misspell something when I'm writing out a tweet, and then you can't go back and edit it like a Facebook post.
That's horrible.
You have to you have to delete it and then go back and repost it. But sometimes that sucks because you got the text and the photo and the link, and you got to go get it all together.
The whole package, and then really, just because you use TH instead of TU, cool.
I thought it was kind of cool that, what is it that we seen? They're going to put another 50-something emojis.
Yeah, waffle.
The waffle. I know, I was messing around. I tweeted out the peacock. I thought that was cool. They have a peacock emoji.
And Twitter had it, yes. I was very happy. We couldn't get any waffles. No one had the waffle.
All right, is there anything in that chat, or should we just wind this down and close it up?
Nope, that's it.
All right, you guys, as always, down below should be a whole bunch of links of tools and affiliation codes and stuff to help you figure out things in these cryptocurrency markets. I broke them up into some better sections, right? We have an EOS section, a Steam section, and these are all just, wallets. There's also an exchange section if you're looking for some of the different exchanges.
We got a faucet section.
We got a faucet section. We got some where you get hardware wallets. I don't know, what else is down there? Some tax help, bad bitcoins to see if something's a scam. There's lots of different tools down there. They're my personal tools. I use them. They're what my bookmarks are as well. I thought I'd share them out because it did take me a little while when I first got into the space to try to see where I go to see what a block looks like, what it's done, and to see what all of these different, blockchains look like, and to see what the forks of Bitcoin are, and there's a lot of different things that happen in this space, and you got a lot of questions when you first start off, and the tools and resources to find the answers aren't readily available. So down below is kind of a little bit of a list to help get you started. If there's something in particular you're looking for, you can always hit me up, right? That's what I keep telling you guys. That's why I'm here. Yeah. Besides that, I do got those donational addresses. We talk about that this show is not for profit. Those donational addresses continue to buy us equipment, right? It's not cheap or easy to get out here on the internet and be able to keep propagating as much YouTube content as we make without burning through equipment. We burn through our mic, right?
We burned through 2 laptops.
We burned through 2 laptops. We burned through 2 different cameras. This one seems to be working out quite well. This is the Logitech iBro.
Yeah, the Brio or whatever.
Brio?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always say Bro, and I know it's the Brio.
Yes, there is an I in there.
So, I mean, a couple dollars here and there in the tally fund. I think we had Vention start kicking us off with that the other day with $5.
Yes, he sent it to the Segway.
So we're trying to get some miphones there. It's looking like it's going to be about $100.
Vention's here now.
It looks like it's going to be about $150 to get some microphones because we were going to do dual microphones, one for me and one for Samantha, to increase the audio quality. So the donational address for that is listed down below, but it's also that QR code that's on the corner of the screen.
It is. It is.
It goes directly to my hardware wallet too, Samantha.
Oh, nice.
So besides all that, you can come over to all the other different social media platforms that I'm posting to, and you can also give me the upvote, the like, and comment on those. That also helps out the channel because you know what that does? It gives me those alternative cryptocurrencies that are being created right now that aren't really worth a lot of money, but could be during the next bull run. Steam, we've already seen this before. What did we see Steam at the other day? 27 cents?
Yes.
So, and we've seen Steam up over $5.
Oh, yeah.
We've seen the Steam Back dollar over 15. We were actually able to buy, not this laptop, the last laptop,
yes,
right?
the last laptop.
With Steam profits.
Yep.
So, once again, you know, we're continuing to collect those tokens so that in the future we'll be able to use the funds to be able to help improve this channel. Always trying to get that $2,000 camera so I can look like Omar Bam out here, all snazzy like. And sides maybe to make the peacock and the fire and the woods look amazing.
All right. Bitcoin Jake asks, only link in the description is the Streamlabs. Do we have a website? We do not.
No, we do not have a website. I just run everything pretty much right off of the YouTube and my Twitter.
He also says that he has a cheap $20 Walmart condenser mic. That was our first one.
We have a couple little cheap $10 mics, but we have found pretty much that unless you have the one with the box that has the USB that plugs in the computer and the 3-prong audio, I don't know what they're called. I'm not an audio person.
We just know that
that it has to plug into that, because the ones where it just goes straight into the wire, like a headphone jack with the mic, they suck. And the ones that look like they're just little, like where you point and you speak into the end, they don't work very good either. Because, yeah, I have a couple of the lapel ones that we used to try when I filmed in the backyard.
It was just a lot of static and, like, shirt noise and everything. I mean, you could just hear nothing that you wanted to hear and everything you didn't.
Yeah, this is just straight the mic that's built into the laptop right now, right?
Yeah.
And this is HP. Yeah, that's an HP laptop, but it's one of the bigger ones.
Right. All right. So Vention says, Heidi ho.
Heidi ho, Vention. Thanks for joining us. I know it's the end of the stream and we're wrapping it up. You probably won't want to go back and watch this because we're doing streaming labs and
supposedly
rendering is really horrible. You got to let us know in the comments down below, or of course go ahead and comment now and let Samantha know if this is garbage and we should never use this crap ever again. I mean, if we had better internet, this would be great because I like the streaming labs, I like the addition to the channel, and I really like the Restream IO. I wish we could use it because it would have let us restream to multiple platforms at the same time. It would be nice to be streaming to Twitter and streaming to DTube and streaming to YouTube and streaming to Facebook and all of them simultaneously. But once again, you can't have it all in life, right? And apparently I decided the woods, so please bear with us.
Bitcoin Jake says, dude, talk with me. I can help you get a website set up for like $20 a year. Bitcoin and coffee. Damn.
I did make a website at one point, and it was just, I really didn't necessarily...
Oh, you used that Freeduber, I do remember, where you, like, compiled and put it together.
I even went out to as far as looking at buying a domain, and it's just, I really didn't necessarily see the point behind it. You know, what are you going to get from a website? The website is going to direct you...
Ooh, okay. He got stuck for a second.
The website is just going to direct you back to my YouTube, right? Or send you to my other social media, or what, tell you where to donate, things like that. I mean, I like to just stick with these videos. And of course, I like to tell everybody, follow me on Twitter, because if you're having trouble finding information about me or what's going on YouTube, I'll post if the show was canceled on Twitter and why, like if it was rain or I'm sick or something. I'll also post if I do time change schedules. You can get a hold of me there, right? You can just send me a message. I don't have it closed. I know some people can close their message. My message is open. You can message me directly. I check it 5-6 times a day at least.
At least.
Yeah.
Bitcoin Jake says, I have like 10 domains. Nice.
Well, for a while, that was a big thing, to buy domain names that you thought would be popular in the future so that you could sell them again for more money.
Yeah, right? Like actual, like property, like land property. It's like, oh, you want this one? Yeah, it's going to cost you. Well, I mean, I know I'm never getting Hello Kitty anything ever in my life thanks to that kind of crap. Whew. Okay. That's it.
That's it?
Yep.
All right, you guys. I really appreciate you coming out here and joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. Please smash up those like buttons. Notify us down below of whatever you've got going on. Of course, comment, and we'll comment back. As always, remember, keep your BTC safe.
We love you guys. Bye.